can never do it like I. When you see man pull up and slide, man stepped in a room with legends, Rio and Steve, you know it's a vibe. Check the podcast, what you wanna know? Don't ask me, go and ask Joe. If you're talking Premier League, he's on the front line and I gotta go. It's a vibe with five, and you already know what it is. It's a vibe with five, and you already know what it is. Vibe with five, and you already know what it is. It's a vibe with five, and you already know this.
Hey, we are inside.
Yep.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Joe Bayer here, Rio Ferdinand, Stephen Howson, and we are back with a special episode. World Cup special.
Wait.
Woo!
You're not getting into this without addressing this first.
What is? What are you talking about
This
here?
is normal for us.
Come on, man.
Normal.
It's life.
Yeah.
The new levels.
Two mugs.
Yeah, that's all right, cool. Let's get straight to it, right? Let's get straight to it. The big boy result today. England beating Iran 6-2. Rio, did you watch the game? Did you enjoy it? What was it like? What was the atmosphere? Who impressed you? I want to know everything.
No, you know what? I went today. It was a phenomenal affair. I mean, going to the game, I hadn't really felt the vibe of the World Cup up until I got to the stadium. I got there and immediately it just grabbed me. And I was like, whoa, I can feel it now. The warm-up, I love watching the warm-up. As a kid, I used to like watching the warm-up. I got immersed in it again today, looking at Jude Bellingham. What's he going to give us today? Looking at Grealish. Looking at him, yeah, just looking and seeing how they apply themselves in the warm-up, how professional they are in the warm-up. Just seeing the focus. And then we done the pre-match, and you're thinking, Carlos Queiroz, who's an excellent Man United coach, I know him very well, very pragmatic, very kind of conservative with the way he approaches football. But they had Taremi up front who could score goals, and I thought it's going to be a hard team to break down. They're going to be very compact. It played like that for the first 30-odd minutes, and then we scored. And then from that moment on, we absolutely controlled the game. And the first game, I remember when I used to go into tournaments, I played in World Cups, and the first game, if you don't get the first game right, the pressure is huge. And the pressure is so huge before the game, and you're thinking, wow, have to get a result. And the way these boys went about it, I mean, they conceded 2 goals, but scoring 6 goals at any point, but the first game, that's sending a message out to the rest of the tournament that, listen, we're ready.
And do you know what was good, yeah?
Why
Besides
you
the fact, this guy shouldn't have even been at the game. He was like, oh yeah, he's not here to support England, but I got him in an England shirt. I got him to the stadium. And
there's a whole explanation coming on for this, because we're going to preempt the 2,000 comments that are going to give it us.
It don't matter. But listen, Rio, I think what was different as well, yeah, before we actually dissect into the goals themselves, in your time, you would go and it's like Owen will score or maybe Shearer will score, and there's not really a lot of goal scorers. But during this time, look, we got Saka, we got Bellingham now, you got Raza, you got Harry, you got Marcus can pop up with a goal. It's like they're more spread out, innit, more than ever.
Well, I think this tournament, before the game, me and Micah Richards both said that the substitutions and how he utilises the squad is going to be really important, and hopefully he's learnt from the last tournament, because everyone was at last tournament thinking, bring so-and-so on, bring Grealish on, change the game. Today we went goals up. In the second half, he makes 4 substitutions at the same time. All 4 come on and impact the game. Foden, come on, doing his little moves, keeping the ball. Grealish scores, Rashford scores, and you're sitting there thinking, do you know what? We've got a squad now with the depth that we can go a goal up or 2 goals up. I could see us bringing on players just to see the game out and then do it comfortably. Yeah. There's a difference with this squad. Listen, it's too early to start preempting where we're going to finish or whatever, but there's experience in this squad. They've got to a final of a tournament. They've got to a semi-final of a tournament. You can see that experience still in the squad, and there's good youth in there who've got confidence. And it was Saka, your boy Saka was...
Listen, so first of all, Southgate in. That's what I'm saying. I've changed my tune. Southgate in.
Not like an Arsenal fan,
already. Secondly, as well, let's start with Jude before we go on to Saka. We know he's...
Can I just say on Jude, man?
Yeah.
He was the best player that pitch is going to see this World Cup.
Big statement.
I don't know who else is playing there, so it might be a bit giddy. But I think he's that good. He was my pick for being the star man for England at the start of the tournament, before the tournament.
He didn't disappoint, though.
No, I think he probably even has took it a notch further, because he was so composed. There was an arrogance to how he was playing in there, and I thought it was meant to see.
My man said
there was an interview before the game that he'd done for BT, yeah, and he said the way he was speaking, by the way, and I commented straight after how calm and confident and composed he is for such a young person. The way he speaks in interviews, I've never seen anything like it, never at his age. But the same words, calm, composed, and confident, were on the pitch.
Yeah.
And the way a teenager goes out and performs like that in the first game of a World Cup and scores, but dominates the game as well. You can read out the stats yourself.
Mate, first half I've been gagging to read these out. 40 passes made, 40 completed, 10 out of 10 completed in the final third. Wow. That means he's very efficient in there, by the way. Second youngest English scorer at the World Cup. By the way, do you know who the third was?
Third?
Saka.
Saka.
Can you imagine? The first was Michael Owen,
yeah.
right? Then Jude, then Saka, or the other way around, whatever.
Wow.
But that is absolutely incredible. 100% tackle success, 100% take-ons completed, 95%. The guy was just on fire, man.
That doesn't even describe
justice,
his
yeah.
feet. Some of the times he was just dancing through players in tight spaces as well.
We done his clips after the game, so the best player we see, we focus on after the game,
Yeah.
and all the clips came through. Maybe about 15 clips came through. Every clip was different.
Wow.
So like normally you get a kind of you see a pattern in the way a player plays. Oh, I've seen him do that before.
I thought he was switching it or
Every
whatever.
clip he's either switching it, a diag, to get the wide players in, jinking through someone and playing it, a punchy pass, a tackle, an interception, aggression, like a goal. I mean, it was an all-action performance, and we've had great midfielders play for England in our generation, right? Down the years, the Scholes, the Gerrards, the Lampards, to name three.
Yeah, some of them were good.
Gascoigne, etc. None of those guys, I'm going to look in the camera, none of those guys were doing what Jude Bellingham is doing at this age on the world stage. None of them. I'm not saying
was Gazza in 90?
I don't care. This kid's playing Champions League football. He's doing everything.
Yes, that's a good point.
I'm not saying he's better than them. I'm not saying he's going to be better than them. But right now, at this age, he's doing what none of them have done.
I think tomorrow's
He's
headlines
ahead.
will.
Yeah, he's ahead.
I think tomorrow's headlines are going to say
In
he did.
midfield. I'm not saying anywhere else.
'cause
In midfield.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney.
Yeah,
okay, I got you. No, I got you.
It's what is for me what stands out and why I just feel my mind's blown. I can't speak properly when I talk about it because a lot of the time we see the football player and we go, what a player, blah blah blah. You're not sure what's going to happen off the pitch because they're young and there can be mistakes and there is not the element of being naive to certain situations. This kid could be captain in the way he carries himself and presents himself now.
And it's mad because there's other leaders out there as well. You got your Declan Rices out there, you got Harry Kane, you got people who are experienced players, but he's standing out. He's looking like he's the main man already.
I'm not saying he should be captain.
No,
I'm saying
yeah.
He could carry that easy. Not a problem.
Well, you can see it in 4 or 5 or 6 years. If he ends up wearing the armband, I don't think any single person's going to be like, "Was he doing that for?"
Yeah, it's true. Listen, before we move on to Saka, I just want to say, how much is he going to be worth after this World Cup? Whoever hasn't bought him beforehand, it's a little gentleman's agreement. You're going to regret that, boy.
If I was head of recruitment anywhere, I'd have been trying to sign him before this World Cup. Just do a deal.
Preempting what's happening now.
Because it's going to go up by 30, 40, 50 if he carries on doing this.
Absolute madness.
It's crazy, but this kid, he has the choice. One thing I would say about him, we're talking English players, that's where we're based.
Yeah.
In midfield. I'd go as far to say maybe Europe. Maybe him and Valverde are the only 2 players in midfield around, I think, who improve every team. I think they do.
Why? You're not agreeing?
I need to go through and have a real thing.
Have a look now.
I ain't doing it right now.
Do it now.
On a spot like that.
All right, listen, I want to move it on to mine.
Before we do, from a United angle, obviously, we got that.
He's not going United, Steve.
Let boy dream. Right.
Yeah,
Just
he's
chill.
not going United.
Is there any possibility?
What?
No. Bellingham, I actually think you put yourself in Jude Bellingham's shoes now.
Why won't you lie to me?
And then you got, like, for instance, City are going to be in for him. If the price,
I think he suits City the most.
He suits anyone.
Yeah, Real Madrid probably be in for him. They're all going to be in for Barcelona. Will be in for him. Bayern will probably go in for him.
What team looks at him and goes,
Nah, but what's good for
Stoke.
him? You go to City, You go to City, you win the trophies. You go to City, you're playing in a dynamic, expansive midfield. You go to Liverpool, you could be one season up, one season down. You don't know, you know. But when you go to United, God knows.
There's too much work to be done
at
United. It's whether he thinks, you know what, I can be the catalyst to pull this club back to where it should be.
He's not going. What?
No, I'm saying if that's the only way he goes, if he says that in his own mind and he goes, you know what, I can be that guy. If he thinks he could be that guy, then Man United's a club for him, but I don't see him taking that decision.
There's no Agent Rio stuff happening over here, mate. We ain't allowing this one. No way. But listen.
He ain't buying it anyway. He's not even trying to sell it.
I'm not even trying to sell it. I'm not even trying to sell it.
I want to move it on to Bukayo Saka.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
And it was a big thing, right? If you'd looked on social media before, Saka's playing. Well, what about Foden? Where's Foden? What? Justified.
Come on. But I think we knew this already, though, even going into the tournament. I think the last game,
he's
especially
played better
against
for England
Germany,
than Phil Foden has.
Oh, 100%. You know, we're not saying Phil Foden's no good, but when it comes to England, he looks like he delivers, and especially on the right-hand side. Remember when you wanted to play him left wing back, and I said no, don't do it.
Yeah, if you want to. Only reason I was saying to play left wing back for one reason. What was it? If Southgate played 5, he played 4 today. 4 at the back, in case you didn't see the tactical side of the game.
I did.
So. 2 of the 3 lads that missed penalties in the final.
Yes.
Managed to get on the score sheet today.
That was
massive.
big.
I wonder if the racists are sitting there going
you gonna retweet that guy?
the same kind of messages.
Where's that guy from Tipping Point documentary?
We'll find out. We'll get the data and see what the racist guys have said. Are they friends now? Are they supporting them now?
Who knows? For now, innit?
But what courage and character and personality the likes of Rashford and Bukayo Saka have shown. And I think we just need to read this out. It's been 498 days since Saka was racially abused for missing a penalty at the Euros. Since then, he's gone on to be Arsenal Player of the Year. He's gone on to be Arsenal top goal scorer last season.
Pretty low bar.
England Team Player of the Year last year. Leading Arsenal to 5 points clear in the Premier League.
Come on.
Shout out Arsenal.
Say that again.
And scores a rocket on his first ever World Cup appearance. It's crazy.
But he looked relaxed as well.
The second goal, man, the way the first goal was a volley. You can see them, they happen. I could have scored that. It happens. It's not as hard. The one that come to him from Sterling, don't be surprised. Go into YouTube and see the goals I scored.
All it is, yeah. All it is. All it is.
But it's the way that the second goal, he takes it and how calm and how he takes his time, slows the defender down, starts him up again, slows him, and manipulates the ball. Then 3 of them he takes out of the game and then places his shot. That's what a 24, 25-year-old does. Not a young upstart coming into his first World Cup. I mean, I think he's super impressive. And he was one that I said he has to play. That's why I'm saying if he play 5, he has to play left wing back. He has to be in a team somewhere.
And
Southgate did play 4.
Yeah, he did.
Great decision.
Clearly, I'll give him that.
I told you though, if he's going to do it, this is the game. You disagreed.
I disagreed because I thought Taremi was a threat. And on how the game actually went, I thought England dominated the ball in a massive way. But I still think they lacked penetration.
Who, England?
Yeah, and I'll give you a stat in a minute. I think you'll be surprised.
Go on then. Give it to us now.
We only had 7 shots on target, but we scored 6.
Efficiency.
It is.
Yeah.
Efficient.
It is. But the XG was only 2.1 to 1.7, which suggests it was a hell of a lot closer than 6-2 makes it look.
But it wasn't.
I don't know about that.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
Maybe the first 20 minutes when there was the head injury and stuff like that.
The possession.
After that.
The possession was there.
But those games,
the build-up was there. The competence, the confidence was there. But all I'm saying is, before everyone gets a little carried away, a little bit of perspective on it, the game was a lot closer than 6-2 suggests it was.
You're such a party
Can I just say though, that like when a team comes like Iran and they just sit in front of you.
But I was getting to a point.
Go on and get
the
to your
point being, how much did losing a goalkeeper, your first choice goalkeeper, and putting a replacement in?
We'll never know.
Yeah, but you have 7 shots on target. Does the first choice goalkeeper save 3 or 4 of those?
Yeah, but they weren't even really shooting before then, though, Steve. So we don't know. We weren't even testing their goalkeeper. So what you're saying to me is irrelevant.
But what's put in front of you, you've got to deal with. Simple as that. And they were a block and hard to go through the middle of.
Of course
and
they were.
we worked that out quickly. We had to go around the sides.
That's exactly what Iran are going to be. And you knew that was what.
4-5-1.
We spoke about Carlos
But
Queiroz
you've got to then implement that in the game. And that's where, like, how many times would my teams have gone into a game and we've got a game plan, we don't execute for whatever reason. In an England shirt especially.
Oh, I'm not.
These guys
all I'm saying is
executed.
a little bit of perspective that it was tighter.
Let us get carried away, man. Jesus, what's wrong with this guy, man?
Exactly, he's sitting there trying to bring us down with an England shirt on as well. I can't believe you, man. But Harry Kane, Not on the score sheet. He must be fuming.
Thinking
today,
England
innit?
scored 6. You're thinking Harry Kane's got one of them.
I reckon
Kane.
I reckon he launched everything around the change room when he got in there because he got subbed and went in early, right? Like I've played with strikers, Ruud van Nistelrooy,
Moody.
Van Persie would have been like that. People like Andy Cole,
Even Ronaldo,
Shearer, Cristiano would have been absolutely fuming. I remember Ruud would come in and we'd win like 3-0 or 3-1 and he'd come in and he'd be
Whole change room
spitting
buzzing.
feathers, going crazy. Everyone's going high fives
Yeah.
and Ruud's like that. You go, Ruud, man, we just won 3-0, what's wrong, you all right? He said, no, they didn't score. Like, it's like he didn't pass me the ball. He should be passing me the ball.
Wow.
I'm like, bro, we won. We're going to win a medal at the end of the season. But strikers are wired very differently.
Yeah.
We got to get Alan Shearer on while we're here because I had a
Yeah.
good conversation and debate about him, but also Harry Kane more. It was about if he finishes his career with the World Cup Golden Boot, maybe 2, does it, and no Premier League title and no cups, does he finish a satisfied man?
Of course he doesn't.
Alan Shearer argues that he does.
Yeah, but Alan Shearer's he's trying to keep friends with
Well,
Harry.
we'll ask him.
He's trying to keep friends with Harry. Listen, right here, this is why we're 5. If you're backing your mate, we will call you out. That's all we're saying. So let's get him on the show. Right.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought he was coming for me, bro.
Oh yeah, I was. I really was. Okay, you know what? Rashford, he's got to be really happy right now, man. You know what I mean? Last year looked like he was down and out. If you told me at the start of the season that he was going to go to the World Cup, I would have said no
as well.
chance, bro.
Should be starting over Sterling.
No chance, bro. No, don't try it, bro.
Sterling's
He's on the Sterling agenda.
Sterling got an assist and a goal
You see the
today.
goal as well?
You are better than that baseline analysis.
Come on.
He's got
get
an assist
out
and a
of
goal
here.
today.
Don't
What do you
try
want?
it, Steve.
You can't look
He's
at what
saying
he
that
did.
Sancho's had a better season than Sterling.
I'm right.
Whatever, Sancho's not here, so you can't even argue the point. Sterling has scored a goal today and got an assist. What more do you want?
Mark was on the pitch for 10 minutes and got a goal.
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
You let him start.
It was less than that.
You let him
2
start.
touches.
You let him start, see what happens.
No, but what it is, it's a good problem for manager now. All the players, the attacking players he wants to be impacting the game, impacted the game. I mean, Harry Kane didn't score, but he got 2 assists.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sterling a goal and assist, Rashford a goal, Grealish a goal. So the player, he's got the problem he would have dreamed of having before the game started, he's got.
So my question to you now, Ria, how do we go into that USA game? Obviously full of confidence. What would you do differently?
I wouldn't do anything. I'd
Is he
keep
going to
the
flip
same
to a back 5? though?
Same system.
He's going to
same
flip to a
system.
back 5 at some point, though, isn't he?
That's the big question, I think. Does he continue? With seeing a performance like he saw today, in terms of being able to get hold of a game and control the game, and your attacking players looking so much more comfortable, enabling to release a midfielder to join like Bellingham.
These players play this formation for the clubs too.
So it's a big call if he goes against that now, I think, unless the opposition demands it the way they play. I just can't see it. I think he's going to stay with what he's got.
Maguire, this is the game to have played him, innit?
Well, I said before the game that this was the most pivotal game that I see probably in his career. If it didn't go well for him today, how does he recover? It's a big hill to climb up.
Do you think it went well for him today?
I think it went well up until the goal. I think he...
Oh, there's a man that ran past him as well. Did you see that?
I think he done everything that you could have asked of him. I think it justified why that the manager put him in with his performance. He was an absolute threat in the opponent's box, hits the crossbar in one of the corners, sets up a goal.
Are you selecting defenders based on how much of a threat they are in the opposition box?
And let me finish my point. And controls the game from the back with John Stones in the first half, especially when it was a little bit sticky getting through the opposition. So I think he couldn't do no more up until the goal. Now the goal, if you guys wouldn't have seen it, but before the goal, the phase before the goal, he's hunched on his knees, and we hear he has double vision. So he may have had it at that point. So I'm giving him a blight.
I don't remember seeing an incident where he's took that knock though.
I don't know, but it's what we're hearing out of the change room when we was at the stadium is that he had double vision. So I'll give him a blight on that, and that's why the runner run off him to Raheem for the goal, maybe.
Okay.
The problem with that, which I'll just say, okay, fine. If he had double, I mean, he obviously went off immediately, didn't he? So you'd have to suggest that was probably legit.
Yeah.
The problem is, it just goes down to the fundamental thing that we've seen at United all season, which is just the lack of awareness.
Yeah, this ain't United though, this is England. I'm going to move it on, right? Karim Benzema. Look, first of all, you guys are going to talk about this.
There's some players.
You guys are going to talk about this on your show with Shall I say it?
Guest.
Shall I say it?
Oh, you can tell them.
Should I say it?
Just tell him, man.
Mr. Patrice Evra is going to be on the Rio Reacts series coming out during the World Cup.
Yeah.
Now,
he's buzzing, by the way. Patrice is absolutely gassed about this. He was on the group today telling the lads, like, I'm on, Nani might be coming on. Like, he's going, yeah, we're going to go. I can't come to Qatar. I'm in Dubai, but we're doing a show. Like, he's a funny guy. He's crazy as it is. But.
Listen, Steve's doing the first one, but I'm so gassed I might tag him.
We're doing it in Paddy's house, right? So get in the comments, what do you want me to steal from his house?
Yeah.
I'll go in the cupboards.
Allow it.
I'll go in the cupboards. You tell me what you want.
Oh, man. But yeah, we're going to discuss the Karim Benzema situation. So we don't want to talk about it too much now, but it's a massive shame. Your friend, a footballing friend, of course, loads of respect, mutual respect you guys have.
The world is wounded at this.
But yeah, man, we really wanted to see the Ballon d'Or winner playing in the World Cup.
What the disappointing thing is, you want the best players at the tournament performing. That's what all you want. And it's been so unfortunate. And we're talking about Karim Benzema here, but you've got Sadio Mane. I think he was number 2 in the. So 1 and 2 in the Ballon d'Or out.
Not playing.
Right. You've got Pogba, Kante. I mean, the French squad alone.
That's that.
The spine of their team is basically out.
Yeah.
Varane's injured, so you don't know where. Kempembe's out as well.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, wow, France.
The French team that's not travelled might actually be a team to win it.
Any other team loses that calibre of player out of their team, they might as well go home. But we're sitting here still saying France could be all right. You don't know. So they got Mbappe, but I think Benzema. I mean, I'm disappointed. But going back to the best players, when was the last time, like, the best player in the world dominated the World Cup? Ronaldo, maybe? The Brazilian?
Yeah, 98.
2002?
And 2002.
Zidane, maybe?
98. 2006 he went.
Maradona before that, Mateus.
Yeah.
Before that, we met the other day at Hublot. But I want to see either a Messi, a Ronaldo, Mbappe, a Neymar. I want to see one of these guys dominate this World Cup. Like, you call that the Maradona. 86 was the Maradona World Cup.
Yeah.
I want to see this year.
98 is the R9 World Cup.
Yeah, this year I want it to be whoever that guy is, please, man.
Who is that guy for you right now?
I don't know, it could be any of them. I mean, before the injuries, I'd have said Mbappe.
Yeah.
I think, because he can just open up any team. Every team that Mbappe plays against in this World Cup, no centre-back's going to sleep. Okay, than that before.
Does it have to be a striker? I think Neymar's going to have
Neymar could be the guy.
And Messi.
Could it be?
If you see him,
could it be Jude Bellingham?
Jude Bellingham, yeah. But it's a different.
Do you have to win it?
No, he means like who's known in the world stage now.
Superstar.
You know, who's a superstar.
There's a lot of players that come into it, become the superstar after that.
No, we know
that's
that.
Fine.
That happens.
But I want the superstar to come here and go, this is my World Cup, I'm the guy. What are you saying?
Someone that's already a top 10 player.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, we're going to talk about it more, the Benzema situation. With
Patrice, do your homework.
The whole France squad, he's going to give us the French inside.
Does he know French players?
Patrice, have you been watching football lately? Please tell us. Do your homework, make sure you know what's going on with the French team before we see you. Don't want no slacking.
Where are we going to see you online, though? What's the next game? I say online, on TV. What are you doing next?
Tomorrow, I'm on TV with Micah Richards and one of your old friends, Zabaleta.
Nice.
Doing the Mexico versus Poland game. So we're looking to see if
mate.
Lewandowski, we've not even mentioned his name, Lewandowski playing tomorrow. So I'd love to see him notch.
Awesome.
He's got to be under some pressure, and he's carrying that pull.
Yeah, and he hasn't really banged, I think, in tournaments as much as you'd expect, given his ratio with club football.
No, he's got a good goal scoring record for his country, obviously.
No, in tournaments.
Argentina are at the fray tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
You know what? The World Cups, I always thought this, leading up to the World Cup, I wasn't as excited as I normally am. Now the first whistle and the balls are being kicked, I'm all in.
Could you use one of your Brazilian friend connections to get me a ticket for Brazil versus Serbia?
Serbia Thursday. Not that we've bookmarked it or put it in the
I'll see if I
calendar
can
or
ask
anything
Vidic actually for Serbia.
If you can. I don't care where I sit, I just want to enjoy the game.
Well, there's no ends here, is there?
Well, nah.
Well, we was in the Iranian end today.
Yeah.
Was you?
Yeah.
Well,
it was a little
mix in it.
Well, it was looked like I think it was on the opposite side of the pitch to you. So it looked like the right-hand side to us, so your left, was the England fans. And the other side, the left-hand side, your right, was Iranian fans, but we was kind of on the roof. So.
All right, before we leave, guys, can England win it?
Can they? Yeah.
How are you asking him for?
Because I'm going to give you the truth.
Go on,
you two are just going to get giddy.
Go on, you start, because I want to finish on a good note. Go on.
Can they win it? Yes. My prediction has them getting to the semi-finals again.
Really?
Yeah, because I actually have France starting slow against Denmark, which means Denmark top that group, which means that
England.
Argentina have to deal with France, which means that England get Denmark, and I think just the matchup works. I think the way I've got it going is England beat Senegal in the round of 16, Denmark in the quarters, and then Portugal in the semi. And I think that's where it ends for England.
What, Portugal beat
Because
England?
then he thinks Argentina are going to play Portugal in the final, so it's going to be
the way I worked it is Brazil, Argentina in the other semi, and I think it's Portugal, Argentina in the final, and you ain't getting a ticket for nothing.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
If England don't get to the final, that is my dream. Dream final.
I said the same
Argentina
thing.
versus Portugal.
Agreed.
Which United player is going to get in trouble for Portugal? Is it going to be a Delo or a Bruno dive or something like that that's going to put them through, and the English press is going to go mental?
I don't know.
It's going to happen.
Listen.
It's going to happen.
No one cares. Guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of Vibe with Five, the World Cup special. You guys have been amazing. Like we said, we got the show with Patrice Evra coming up. Rio, you got bits of content going around. You, Danny Murphy, telling them to step aside whilst you and Jermaine Genius compare, Clobber.
Yeah,
you look good, by the way. You guys, all of you look good. Well, besides Danny. All you guys look good, man. It's amazing content coming out. Steve's got vlogs that he's doing as well for himself and on Five. And yeah, the content
Great
is going
stuff
to be
in the gym.
blowing.
You're gonna laugh your heads off seeing some of these guys work out. Seriously.
Oh, you got gym sessions coming, yeah?
Yeah, we got a gym session in the morning. Me, Mika Richards, Big Meeks. You've seen the size of that guy?
Bro, cardio though.
Which
cardio
NFL
and zero,
team does he
though.
play for again?
He's like an NFL player, bro. He's like this. He's massive.
What's his cardio like?
Yeah. I don't know if
He was on his back yesterday in a bad way.
he was a right back or a running back.
Yeah, no, it's cool. So we got loads of stuff coming, so just stay tuned, man.
Turn on your notifications. That's all we're asking. Make sure you subscribe as well. Joel Bayer, Rio Ferdinand, Stephen Howson, signing out. Peace. Vibe with Five.